Oh, boom.
Welcome back.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
What week are we now? Week 4?
Week 4.
Week 4, and a big topic today.
Huge topic.
What are we talking about today, Matt?
Talking about sleep. Sleep today.
Do you get enough sleep?
I think I do. I try very hard, as you know.
You do. Oh, you love your sleep. I do not get enough sleep, so this will be a good topic for me, and hopefully Matt's going to tell me why I should sleep more. So where are we starting? What do we start with?
What is it?
What is sleep? Go.
Okay. So when we sleep, can be broken into roughly 2 phases. So there's non-REM sleep, so rapid eye movement. So rapid eye movement is just dreaming.
Okay.
So non-REM is when you're not asleep, like when you're not dreaming.
Okay.
So that makes up majority of all of the sleep that you have. So actually what happens is when you sleep, you have multiple cycles.
Okay.
So you'll go into a deep NREM sleep, and then you'll come up for a little bit towards the end and you'll dream.
Okay.
And then you'll go down and it'll repeat.
Right.
So like roughly 5 cycles, I think it's in an 8-hour time frame.
Got it.
So yeah, so as you sleep, the very beginning is majority deep sleep. So that's when your body is regenerating tissues.
So that's the very first part of sleep. So is that the most important part of sleep then? Like if in a stretch of sleep, is the beginning of it more important than the end?
I think they're equally important.
Good to know.
So yeah, the body repairs tissues, and it's the first part of the sleep cycle.
Yep.
So then towards the end, you get the REM sleep.
Yep.
So when you're in REM sleep, there's way more cardiovascular, respiratory activity going on.
Okay.
And it's where memories and skills get consolidated and locked in.
While you're sleeping.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
So tell me a bit more about that.
So
let's say I learn something, like I go to the gym and I learn a new skill that I haven't done before, and it's a bit clunky because it's new to me.
Yeah.
And then I sleep, and what does my brain do? Consolidates that movement and kind of locks it in?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So it's like when you're learning a skill, your brain's really good at just kind of chunking things together.
Yep.
So while you're learning, it's good at kind of patching little pieces together.
Yep.
Say if you were to learn a number sequence.
Yep.
The number sequences you kind of gravitate to like 3. You kind of think like the first 3, this and that.
Yep.
And if you tried to learn it over, the space of half an hour, you could like kind of almost get there.
Yep.
But it's not until you sleep that your brain actually can just stitch it all together.
Yep.
And the next day you're actually able to recall things.
Recall things better. 20 to 30%, I think you told me this morning.
Yeah.
20
So
to
20 to 30% better than your last practice. So just sleeping automatically improves your skill retention and ability to repeat it.
There you go.
There was a really good story in this book, The Science of Sleep by Matthew Walker.
Okay. Tell us about it.
So they talked about these rats that were learning how to get through a maze.
Yeah.
And they studied their brain activity during it. And they mapped the sequence to sounds, I think. So like they'd hit a certain point, they'd see like certain activation. They'd be able to kind of trace out how it sounded in their minds.
Yeah.
And then they'd measure these rats once they go to sleep, and they'd hear the same sequence of sounds like 20 times faster. So it'd just be like, so they were like actually rehearsing it.
Over and over.
Like
rehearsing
unconsciously rehearsing it.
That's amazing.
So when they wake up, it's all like, like they've practiced it 1 billion times in their sleep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So there you go. Sleep, very important for learning things and consolidating memories.
Yeah. So if you're not sleeping, if you're not getting REM sleep, you don't really remember. Which is why if you have a big night out, because alcohol actually suppresses REM sleep.
Well, there you go.
So it's part of the reason why you don't remember.
You don't remember the night
if you
before.
Have too much.
And maybe that's why that phrase "sleep on it" came about. Do you think?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, like if you've got some complex problem or you're learning something new, you should sleep on it.
Yeah, big decisions to make.
Brain will consolidate all the information better.
That's right.
Sleep on it.
Sleep on it.
Good one. What are we talking about next?
So we'll talk about a little bit about the negative effects of too little sleep. So according to the research, less than 0.5 of the percent of the population can function normally on 5 hours of sleep.
That's me.
Which is not a lot.
Superman.
It's possible.
It is possible.
Not impossible.
Maybe I'm in that 0.5%.
So I think according to the research, a lot of the issue is people's like tolerance, like the subjective sense of how tired they are, can change. You can become really tolerant to inadequate sleep.
Got it.
But it doesn't mean you can still function optimally.
Got it. That makes sense.
So in terms of talking about less than 6 hours of sleep, from a physical standpoint, like a training recovery standpoint, time to physical exhaustion down by 30% from just one bad night.
Wow.
Just one.
Yeah.
So 10-minute, if you're on the ski erg, exhausted at 10 minutes, you can only repeat to 7 minutes the next day with a bad night of sleep.
There you go. Ruins you.
Ruins you completely.
Ruins you.
So also, CO2 saturation in the blood is up.
Yep.
So more acidic, right?
Yep.
Oxygen saturation is down. So basically just capacity of the lungs to deliver blood and muscles to uptake it is just bad.
Yep. So less O2 saturation.
Yep. Injury risk is increased as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the less sleep you get, there's a linear relationship with as you get less and less, injury risk goes up.
Okay.
In a linear fashion.
We don't want that. That's bad.
Yeah. Also, it says in men, testosterone levels with if you're constantly getting less, so testosterone levels that of a guy 10 years your senior.
Oh, that's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad for guys.
So many jokes I could make.
So many jokes.
No, we won't go there. We won't go there.
Short sleep predicts all-cause mortality.
Okay.
Well, and there's a strong link to Alzheimer's.
So does that mean I'm going to die sooner if I have less sleep, basically?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Who knows?
All-cause mortality.
Yeah. It's not good.
It's not good if you get less than 6 hours sleep, unless you are superhuman and one of the less than 0.5% that can deal with, that can function optimally on less than 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of weight management as well.
That's important because a lot of people have goals to lose weight and stuff. So let's talk about the negative impacts on weight management.
So from a hormonal standpoint, so cortisol goes
stress hormone.
up. So stress hormone.
Yep.
So more fat storage. So you're going to hold on to more fat.
Why are we all holding our bellies when we say that? Just thinking about
bellies.
Thinking of the fat storage and wondering if it's related to my sleep.
Maybe.
Okay, so cortisol goes up when you don't sleep enough.
Bad. Leptin goes down.
That's got something to do with how hungry you are? Is that leptin?
That's right.
Yep.
So it tells you when to stop eating, so when you're satiated. When you feel good.
Yep.
And ghrelin goes up.
And that makes you want to eat more?
You want to eat more.
Okay, so you want to eat more.
Both going on at the same time.
It's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
So they reckon when you're having 6 hours or less than optimal sleep. About 200 to 600 extra calories per day when you have a bad night of sleep.
So you'll eat that much more because your hormone levels are imbalanced.
Yeah.
That's a lot of calories.
Heaps.
Well, if it was every day, I guess the point we would try and make would be if you're eating 200 to 600 extra calories every single day and sleeping poorly over a matter of weeks and months, that would add up quite easily to a fair amount of weight gain, wouldn't it? Yeah.
And that's, I guess, probably your weight could easily slip away from you. You could just kind of gradually build fat over time and just go, what? I feel like I haven't changed anything.
Yeah.
And maybe that could be one of the missing links.
Definitely. And thinking of, cortisol, the stress hormone, I mean, I know a lot of my clients are really stressed anyway. So if they're already really stressed and then they're not sleeping well and it's increasing their cortisol levels even more, that's just a recipe for bad things. Fat gain.
And others.
Yeah.
Caffeine.
Right. Caffeine. What about caffeine? I love caffeine.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
We love caffeine.
Are you about to tell me something bad about caffeine now? Or
yes.
Okay. Let's talk about caffeine.
Caffeine's alright, but in terms of sleep, it delays melatonin secretion.
Okay.
So melatonin tells
That's
your
your sleep
body.
hormone, isn't it?
It's a sleep hormone.
And what does it tell your body?
So it tells you when it's like nighttime and when you
Right.
should be starting to get some rest. So they reckon that caffeine, when you have caffeine, it will kind of stick around in your system for up to 10 hours after consumption. So it's a really long time.
That is a really long...
So not only delays the onset of melatonin production,
Yep.
it also disrupts your sleep.
Right, so you shouldn't have a coffee within 10 hours of going to bed, basically.
Yeah.
So that's, for most people, that would be lunchtime, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's some pretty good advice.
Because I think part of the problem, I don't know, maybe people can have it later in the day, not for me.
Yeah.
But if they're that tired that they need it, maybe like they just don't realize that it's disrupting their sleep because they're so zonked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. And I do wonder if it is affecting your melatonin production, then even though you may go to sleep, it may be affecting the quality of your sleep.
Yeah,
so totally. Even though you might still sleep for your 8 hours, you may not be getting the REM sleep or the NREM sleep that you need.
Yep. Totally.
And tell me about alcohol, because I think you said before that alcohol affects your sleep as well, doesn't it?
Alcohol, yeah. Just as bad, probably worse.
Right.
Possibly. So what happens is alcohol, it acts as a sedative.
So it
when
helps you get
it helps you, it helps you kind of get to sleep, but it more or less knocks you out. Like it's not a natural sleep state.
Okay. So
even if you have like a couple glasses of wine before bed, it'll help you get to sleep, but it suppresses REM sleep.
So it won't be good sleep.
Yeah. So in terms of like the brain and learning skills and a whole bunch of other things,
you don't get the benefits.
You don't get as much.
So I guess then we can kind of look at sleep. The two most important things with sleep is not just the quantity of sleep, but the quality of sleep.
Yeah.
And maybe the quality is actually more important anyway.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably equally important.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we should probably talk then, if things like caffeine and alcohol are affecting the quality of your sleep, what would be, do we have like a list of things that people could go by in order to get the best possible quality of sleep they could? Obviously avoiding coffee within 10 hours of sleep and preferably not drinking too much before sleep. But what other things could people do to ensure that they get really good quantity and quality of sleep? What would you suggest?
There are a few things. So some of the advice from the research, the best one is regularity.
Yep.
So literally, because like your body works, like the circadian rhythm, there are like peaks and troughs of alertness. So being regular.
Yep.
So going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time.
So having a routine.
Having a routine.
Like kids do. Kids have routines and they seem to sleep pretty well.
They do.
Well, some of them. Murphy, you do not sleep very well.
You're bad. And even like trying to on weekends as well. Like, I find that really hard.
So it's trying to stick to the routine.
Yeah, even on the weekends.
Because
what happens is, like people will often get the sleep that they, like if they're not sleeping well throughout the week, then they get a few good nights and they feel all of a sudden, oh, this is what it's like to not be sleep deprived. But they've just shifted their whole... is totally out of whack, and then it all just happens again. Like Monday comes around, like their body's just, what are you doing?
And so they probably spend a few days getting back into routine, and then get a couple of good nights sleep, and then the weekend comes and they blow it out again. So regularity is important. That's number one.
That's number one. Number two, minimize screen time.
Yep. Why is that?
So the they say blue light screens, they stimulate. It's
the same as daylight, isn't it?
Yeah, it impairs melatonin.
Got it.
So your brain, like on an unconscious level, just thinks it's still daytime. So there's no need.
Yeah.
Like it's not nighttime yet, so why should I sleep?
Yeah. So why should we produce melatonin and get a good night's sleep?
Yeah. And also just like you're still stimulating your mind.
Definitely.
All of a sudden, like you don't want to be in bed.
Yeah.
Seeing things that could potentially,
get
you thinking when you should be just relaxing.
And I have seen a lot of people these days wear those blue blocker glasses, don't they? Like even in the evening, they wear them when they watch TV and stuff, so that they don't get the blue light. So it kind of it allows them to watch TV.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it's still. Also, another thing you can do is switch off half the lights. Like try and just start turning off lights,
like winding
dimmers and
down.
Stuff. Yeah. I also another good tip is to avoid overhead lights as much as you can. Like another kind of, subconscious cue that like the sun's up
Yeah.
in the air.
Yeah,
So
right.
like lights from top down
Yeah.
kind of trigger that.
Yeah.
So if you have, just turn on more lamps, more things that are lower down.
Right.
So that's a good one too.
Sounds like a good idea. I remember when I was reading lots about, all the paleo stuff, and they said you should even sleep in a completely dark room, not even like a digital clock at nighttime, because any light could disrupt. Maybe that might be a bit too much, but
I think that's actually true.
really,
Yeah.
wow, kind of like they likened it to like if you were sleeping in a cave,
Yeah.
it would be completely pitch black.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Crazy stuff.
Minimize screen time. That's number 2.
Yeah.
What's the third thing?
So keep it cool.
Keep it cool.
Temperature regulation.
Okay.
So you want to be a little on the colder side
Yep.
getting to bed. So the brain actually needs to drop 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit before it can sleep. So
Yeah,
you
right.
cannot sleep until you kind of take it down there.
Get it.
Which is why when it's super hot, it's like
So hard to
impossible to
sleep.
sleep.
So hard to sleep.
And that's why your body just needs to drop its temperature. You get the sheets off and try and get
Yeah.
naked.
Yeah, we
And
all
cool
do
down
that.
the body.
And cool down the body.
Yeah.
It's important. Keep it cool.
So
I like it.
a few tips that I heard was wearing like socks and keeping your hands and feet warm.
So keeping your hands and feet warmer than the rest of your body.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
actually kind of encourages blood flow away from the core.
Okay.
So blood flow goes away, and then
Your
the
core
brain
can cool down.
dip down
Yeah,
in
cool.
temperature. Another one that's maybe, I don't know, more practical for some, just hot showers.
Yeah.
So hot shower can help, but it's not that it relaxes you so much, because what actually happens is you get really toasty and then you step out because of all the vasodilation.
Yep.
So blood flow increases to the skin, and it can like really easily just dissipate heat out because
Yeah.
it's right there.
Got it.
So yeah, you're actually losing body temperature.
Yeah, right.
Which is crazy.
Which is why with kids you give them a hot bath right before bed.
Yeah.
And they always sleep better.
Yeah. So you dump out all your
Same
body
reason.
heat,
Yep.
hop in bed, and then you're out like that. The problem
Gone.
is it is relaxing too, though. But,
Yeah. Which obviously also helps.
Last one.
4 things.
Oh, we got 4 things.
Yeah,
Better. We've
I love it.
upgraded from 3.
From 3 to 4.
Don't overeat and undereat at dinner
Okay.
time. So just, don't overdo it. Don't underdo it.
Good
and
advice.
also high carb and high sugar meals late at dinner time also negatively impact.
Right. So not having lots of carbs
Yeah,
for dinner.
so not super stodgy carbs
Yeah.
and sugar.
Yeah. So staying away from all those lollies after dinner and not having too many carbs, which is your potatoes, pastas,
Yeah.
all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Not too much. Everything in moderation, they say.
They do say that.
Apart from sleep. Lots of
Apart from
sleep is
sleep.
good.
Get it.
Don't moderate the sleep. Get
it
7
done.
to 9 hours of optimal sleep.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah,
Would-
and that's 7 to 9 hours. So it's more of like your sleep allocation, because you can't really know how much sleep you
No.
get necessarily. So you want to aim to, from the time you go to bed to when you wake up your alarm, to be like a 7 to 9
Hour window.
hour window.
There you go.
There you
So
go.
there you go. We've got all the information about sleep, why it's important, the what's bad if you have less than 6 hours,
Yep.
and then
Lots.
4 pieces of really good advice on how to get a good night's sleep.
Done.
Done.
Sleep.
Week number 4 and 4 things.
Get it.
Get it. Get some. Get some sleep. Get a
some
good
sleep.
night's sleep.
Yeah, do it tonight.
Yeah, we recommend it. 7 to 9 hours is optimal.
It is.
Thanks for joining us here.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.